Welcome back to Game Time on NBA TV inside our studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Celtics still lead the series 3-2, but a big win by the Orlando Magic, looking to become the first team ever to win a series after trailing 3-0. They are 7-0 now in the postseason when they hit 10 or more three-pointers, 44-11 overall. Gentlemen, put yourself in the coach's shoes for Boston. You've got to go into the next game. You're going home. What do you do differently? What changes do you think we'll see the Boston Celtics make? I guess let's assume you've got your full stable ready to go for the next game. What kind of changes are you looking to make to have the outcome obviously be different?
Well, I think the one thing that was crucial was the points in the paint, the free throws, and the rebounding. I think the Orlando Magic, if Orlando Magic is winning those three things, and Boston Celtics are in trouble, because I think that they're controlling the tempo, they're getting more opportunities. Now they're getting the ball in the paint. So when you have to shrink that defense and get in the paint and play allow them to play from inside out, now you're truly allowing them to be the better team, because now those guys are going to start making those shots. They have the confidence and the rhythm to make those shots. Now they have the confidence and kind of have the Celtics on the string on how to use that pick and roll, how to be creative and get some easy shots, how to engage their defense. So they're starting to figure them out. So I think the Boston Celtics, from the standpoint, have to be able to attack the basket on the offensive end. They have to be able to play more one-on-one defense and not be so engaged in drawing two people. And I think if they can do that, they can get to the line. They can allow Paul Pierce and those guys to do what they do best on the offensive end. But if they don't, then Orlando Magic is going to cause a great deal of trouble.
Well, I guess to add to that, they got to get back to playing Celtic defense. Games 1, 2, and 3, they pretty much made Orlando work for every possession. And, of course, like I've been saying all series long, Rondo, it's time for you to step your game back up again, get close to triple-double type numbers, the way you controlled the series the first 3 games. The last 2 games, Jameer Nelson has controlled those games.
How much of a difference does it make? You look at the numbers for Ray Allen, 3 of 11 from the field, 1 for 3 from behind the arc. You look at Pierce. We saw him hit his second three-pointer of the first half in the highlight. He doesn't hit another three-pointer after that. You talk about getting inside the paint, but if those guys are hitting their shots from behind the arc, doesn't that create a problem for the defense?
I think this is the difference between the previous series with the Celtics and now versus Orlando Magic, is that Dwight Howard is such a force in the paint that you don't see Rondo just coming in, getting all those layups and all those points in the paint. You don't see Paul attacking the basket like you don't see KG posting up exclusively in the paint. And a lot of that has to do with Dwight Howard's presence. And Gertat's coming in, and he's a big presence. So I think that their presence in the paint has eliminated a lot of the easy buckets, especially in the half-court offense that the Boston Celtics were used to getting. I think if you look back to games 1 and 2, I mean, Rondo was attacking the basket with his fancy moves and getting in there and scoring in the paint. And when the Magic have sort of cut that out, now all of a sudden it's harder for the Celtics to score. It's harder for them to get in the paint, which opens up offensive rebounds, which opens up the three-point shots. It opens up everything when you can get that ball to the rim. And they're not really attacking the rim like they did in the first 2 or 3 games.
To the average fan, 3D, you look at this series and you go, how do you figure out the NBA? Because Boston looked so dominant, and they looked like, I mean, how can it be so different in the league? What do you say to a fan who says, hey, any team can win any game? To me, I don't know, they flip a coin.
Well, I think a lot of people don't understand it really is one game at a time. And I think the first couple games, Boston came in and really smacked Orlando in the mouth and really made them wake up. And I think the last 2 games, their pride and their heart, it's been tested at a high level. And I think that's what's been shown here the last 2 games, that a team that's won 59 games, they had to get smacked in the face a couple times to wake up, and now they're playing the kind of basketball they've played all year long.
Very interesting in that before this game, Stan Van Gundy, and again, this is rumor and innuendo, but newspapers and articles, stuff on the radio, you hear about, hey, if they don't win this series, is his job going to be in jeopardy? I think regardless of what happens now, it would be real tough for them. The way this team has come back and fought and played in the 2 games to bring this series to 3-2, obviously you got to give the coach some credit there.